Thanks for joining us for today's online exclusive. I'm Courtney Weiner.
And I'm Sophia Ortiz. Yesterday, the Alamance County Sheriff's Department announced the results of a renewed effort against drug trafficking. During Phase 2, dubbed Spring Cleaning, officers arrested 19 individuals on felony and misdemeanor drug charges. Sheriff Terry Johnson says this is a nationwide problem.
Our court system must step up to the plate and effectively deal with those individuals that defy our criminal laws. Law enforcement must declare an all-out war on the drug dealers and drug traffickers.
All of the individuals arrested in Phase 2 have extensive criminal records, 2 of whom were previously arrested by the Sheriff's Office, but released on bond. Johnson says we need to better educate our community, especially children, about the dangers of drugs.
7 grams of heroin to lose human lives in this nation at the rate we're doing.
In January and February of this year, Alamance Emergency Services responded to 18 overdose calls. The sheriff and his team will continue to pursue drug trafficking offenders.
It's supposed to be the sound of an emergency, but instead it's burnt food and steamy showers that the Elon Fire Department says is costing them trips to campus. Our Selena Guevara looks at what exactly happens each time the Elon Fire Department responds to an alarm.
These flashing lights can mean a mass exodus from the dorms. Freshman Sydney Chappell says she was kicked outside in the middle of the night last fall after steam from a hallmate's shower set off the alarm.
Yeah, it was awful, and I was like, oh cool, time to grab as many clothes as I can so that I can run out into the cold.
And her experience isn't unique. The Elon Fire Department responded to more than 250 alarms on campus last year. That's about a third of all the department's fire calls, and none of them were for an actual fire.
Light smoke was in the resident, and the alarm showed a kitchen detector. Burnt food was the cause.
The fire department treats every call like it's the real thing, sending at least 3 trucks and 5 people to each alarm. Now these trucks here, they cost about $200 an hour to operate, and with every false alarm lasting about 30 minutes, those costs add up quickly. And it's not the Elon students who are footing the bill.
Residents of the town of Elon who pay taxes to the town of Elon are covering all of those costs.
Despite all the accidental alarms, firefighters say they don't want to become complacent about student safety.
They can be aggravating and be a little bit of a nuisance, but they're in place for a reason.
But Sharp says she worries about having enough resources.
I hope, too, that they're not called out on an accidental situation where, a student is burning popcorn or the shower's too hot. And, that takes them away from a real emergency. I think that's really my biggest concern.
Selena Guevara, Elon Local News.
For a more detailed breakdown of the costs, you can visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Take a drive around Burlington and you might notice a recurring theme: streets lined with fast food chains. Our Carly Thomas sees how this affects local restaurants.
Looking for a meal off campus, Burlington is the place to be. According to the Restaurant Growth Index by Nelson Research, Burlington is ranked number 29 out of 150 for most restaurants per capita in the United States and number 1 in North Carolina. Sal's Italian restaurant owner, Sal Mazurko, says he has to find ways to make his restaurant stand out.
We have to use more of the social media, build followers local, as a means of actually getting our message out to the population coming in.
With so many fast food and chain restaurants, local restaurants must find ways to attract customers. Hershey's barbecue owner Chris Hershey says he focuses on a close customer relationship.
That's being a locally owned, family-run business. We try to stay involved in the community a lot. It keeps us up there. And we try to treat our customers like their family. They are a family.
Currently, I'm at Sal's Italian restaurant, and just a few steps away is Cookout, with a line all the way into the road.
Cookout is one of the many other popular fast food spots that local restaurants have to compete with. Burlington follows after other cities in North Carolina like Charlotte, Greensboro, and Asheville in size, but its location is what makes it a popular travel spot. With Burlington growing in size, Mazurko said he has had to change and update to increase customers.
And so I've found that DoorDash, Grubhub, the delivery services, that's what people want because they want convenience. They want it to be delivered to them because we live such busy lives.
Mazurko also says social media has been a helpful tool to promote business. Freshman Julia Kosis runs Instagram page Elon Eats and says she uses social media to find good spots to eat.
But we've started following local businesses and we always tag them in our posts when we go there. And they've been actually thanking us recently and like appreciating that we're supporting them.
With new restaurants like Chipotle and Dairy Queen coming soon, competition is only going to increase. Carly Thomas, Elon Local News.
The Vice President of the Alamance Chamber of Commerce, Reagan Grural, says the number of restaurants is due to Burlington's location near 2 major interstates. Just yesterday, Dairy Queen opened in Burlington.
That's all the time we have for you today. Thanks for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And be sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great spring break, Elon.